And now we wait.
We got
Derby,
the
it's coming up sooner or later. All right, it looks like
we're off to the races.
Oh yeah, got some Derby going there. Slamwise Gamgee out with lead for Detroit. Minnesota's Jammer
And
still having
Minnesota.
some trouble getting through.
Close behind.
Slamwise Gamgee coming up to score. Pulls a quick 2, I would guess. Yeah, 2 and calls it. Oh no, the refs are picking on the Minnesota.
Oh no. Minnesota starting with a jammer in the box.
Power start for Detroit, and that is Breakers dozen.
Let's
Jam
see what
is
Detroit
on.
does with this. Power
Sorry.
jam. Minnesota holding it down. All right.
Good defense, good recycling by Minnesota. Detroit is definitely doing the O, gets lead. Breakers dozen. Power jam. All right, we are back to 10 skaters on the track. Beef with a good stop there. Number 820 for Detroit on Minnesota's jammer. What? Detroit
And
blocker going to the box. Ooh, wow. Good hit out
Skating
and
Gaga almost
all the way
through.
back.
And recycled all the way back.
A ringer. Breakers doesn't still fighting through on initial
And Skating
scoring
Gaga
trip.
out of the pack.
Calls it off with not enough time to kill that penalty. So Detroit will be down 1 blocker wearing the pivot hat for this next start. Yam is on. And Minnesota's out for lead.
That is Breezes for Minnesota's jammer.
Okay, Lightning Thrash. Okay.
Yeah. Looks like 93's out on a forearm. Oh dear.
Dance on the line. Some quick points for Breezes with a call off. Minnesota has 1 blocker frozen in the box for this start. Our score is 3-6. Detroit. We have a new friend. New friend on the line. All right, let's go. Ow, jammer on jammer
start.
action. Love to see it. Bring it back. Wow, wow, wow. Detroit Jammer really jukey, moving a lot. That is number
And
25,
Minnesota's
Nightshade.
through. That is your jammer, Ginger Snap with the lead.
Ooh, star pass to number 923, Stoner on Denver. Is that... Ooh, Ginger Snap almost out.
Just about out, calling it.
Ringer says, hold on a minute. 4-4. 4-4 on that jam. Bring us to 7 for Minnesota, 10 for Detroit. Okay, jam is on. Samwise Gamgee.
And Detroit nearly out.
Jumping around.
And that's Minnesota. T-Rex taking the lead.
Samwise Gamgee star stash to get out.
Close behind. T-Rex calls it, not before getting a couple points in. Got 3 for that jam.
Jam is on. We see Tessa Hertu blocking up front. And our jammer for Detroit is out. That is 317. Breakers doesn't.
And we got a star pass for Minnesota, close behind.
Ooh. Quick little spin on the inside line for 1 point. It looked really cool, though.
I can't. It's going too fast.
Too fast.
I'm telling you, I can't.
Hey, guys, slow down.
Can everybody
Okay, we got
slow
5 seconds. Everybody slow down. Jam is on.
What's all the rush?
Ooh, I thought Minnesota was out for lead, but instead they're going to the box. Oh, no, sit down.
Oh, no. We got a power jam for Detroit. Let's see what they do with it.
Detroit jammer pushing through.
With a penalty of their own.
Doing a little jammer switcheroo there. Everyone get ready. It's getting crazy. Ooh, we got some action with no jammers on the track. Hey, guys, there's nobody scoring. It's okay.
Why are we fighting?
Why can't we all just get along? All right, Minnesota's jammer number 14 is coming up to the pack that is a little discombobulated with all that action. But is trying to push through on their second initial pass.
Got some O on the out. See what they do with it.
All right, Detroit's jammer is released. Also going to go redo their initial pass.
And Minnesota's through the pack.
But there will be no lead jammer, 2 minutes. Detroit jammer also out, coming around for their scoring trip. Strong four-wall of defense by Detroit in the back. Wow.
Ooh, a beautiful apex jump.
Okay, apex jump. Okay, we see you. Detroit's jammer is around and past a few of those Minnesota blockers, almost out again, while the Minnesota jammer is still struggling just a little bit with number 929. That is Robin of Knoxley.
Detroit's pack really holding Minnesota jammer.
Ooh, and Detroit jammer almost through, but gets knocked out by number 66, Lightning Thrash. That jam will end 3-12 in favor of Detroit. Both teams have a blocker in the box. Let's talk about S1. The S1 Lifer Visor Helmet, next level protection. No slippage and super comfy. Slip into S1 Pro elbows. Not the pads, just the full, is a Pro elbow. Oh, I lied. There's 2 blockers in the box for Minnesota, meaning there's only 2 on the track to deal with this jammer from Detroit, whose number I cannot see.
You would not know Minnesota started 2 down with how much they're holding that jammer.
Ooh, we have a star pass incomplete. Or not?
Or not.
Okay, star pass complete. To Stowe.
Our pivot taking a break in the penalty box for Minnesota.
Jam is on. We got Slamwise Gamgee out with a quick lead for Detroit.
Very quick lead. Let's see if we can get some O here to get our Minnesota Jammer out. And they are out of the pack. Close behind.
Wow, beautiful hop to the inside line.
Not before Slamwise gets 4 points for that jam and call it off.
Looks like we have a full strength start here.
Looks like we have Breezes on the jam line for Minnesota and Breakers Dozen for Detroit.
Breezes. Ooh, okay. Okay, Breakers Dozen, let's go. Quick lead, but Breezes is not far behind.
Nearly out.
Those Detroit blockers are real pesky.
Got a very solid Minnesota pack here.
Points. Yeah.
Can you make an announcement about, I think Detroit's beer is outside. It's about to rain. And they may want to get their stuff. Like, we're starting to bring stuff on in, but
Quick in-house announcement. If anybody has gear or clothing or anything outside to dry on this back concrete area, it looks like it's about to rain, go grab your stuff if you set it outside to dry. It is not going to get dry.
All right. Minnesota, Wheelie Nelson is out of the pack.
I think pulling stuff in, but she can probably use some help.
With Minnesota's blockers holding it down so Willie can get some
Okay,
points
Bam Bam.
in. But Bam Bam is out close behind.
Quick 3 for Minnesota. 0 for Detroit on that jam.
Got Minnesota cooking up some 2-2 action here.
Yeah,
Let's see what they
it's a
do
2-2.
with it.
I love it. Let's get creative. All right. Both
Ooh.
jammers in the pack. We are just passing the pivot line, and Detroit out number 25 Nightshade for lead. Minnesota Jammers still fighting to get through.
We had some beautiful O by 919 on Minnesota's roller derby, helping get their jammer through.
Ooh. And Minnesota Jammers.
Detroit's pivot will be starting in the box, the next jam.
Interesting. Detroit Jammer caught up only 2 points on that pass. Two things to appreciate: when jammers rush on their when they're not lead and rush around the track and steal points. Love that. Also want to call out Detroit's blockers bridging before they were able to release or had to release the Minnesota Jammer. Do good roller derby. Jam is on. We got beef.
T-Rex going back and forth until they're out, with Detroit close behind and
Jammer
now
race.
close ahead.
Who's faster? Let's go. Let's go. A little game of chicken.
Ooh.
No points, no points. All for naught.
All for naught. Detroit's pivot still in the box. That was a quick jam.
All right, jam is on. We got Breakers Dozen and Breezes.
We had
Breakers Dozen is out. Please do 13 points. Let's get 13 points, please.
Looks like we have a star pass for Minnesota, and they are out. That is Boo Boo now as our jammer.
Some hard-earned points for Breakers Dozen.
Now we have Detroit doing a little 2v2 squishing, looking like they might be starting on some offense.
The future of roller derby is here. All offense. All right, Bam Bam. Go Bam Bam Bam.
Nice. 66. Lightning Thrash was holding that
Bam Bam
down.
lead. Wheelie Nelson out with the chase down. Let's see if Bam Bam can get all four before calling it off. Math, math, math. Nope, only two.
Minnesota resisting that offense quite effectively to keep 2 of those points.
Minnesota B has Buck and Russet up top as blockers. Got Nightshade and T-Rex. T-Rex for Minnesota. Nightshade is lead for Detroit.
And T-Rex getting through. Beautiful swivel through for Nightshade to get all 4 points in that jam.
Sneaky, sneaky points. That was beautiful. Is Nightshade what Sally puts in the dad's drink in Nightmare Before Christmas?
You would have to ask Sally.
She covers it up with frog's breath in the soup. No.
I think you might be right. I don't.
We'll have to ask Nightshade.
All right,
Looks
Slamwise
like, yeah,
Gamgee
Detroit
out with lead. However, the Minnesota Jammer is right next to and or close to behind. We're going to go for it.
Boo Boo, although not lead, is out of the pack and on to their second pass.
Ooh. Slamwise out with the first scoring pass. We're 4-4 so far on this jam. We know Minnesota's got some pocket points, but let's see if Slamwise can cancel those out. Interesting. Minnesota Jammer going to the box. We're going to have a power start for Detroit. Okay, there's only 5 seconds. Everybody get ready. Okay, go.
All right.
That is Breakers Dozen as the jammer for Detroit. Going to sit down in the box. We're going to have
Jammer
a little do-si-do.
switcheroo.
But lead should
See
still
what
be open
Minnesota
for the Minnesota Jammer.
And Detroit's jammer is standing. And back in the game. Not before Minnesota gets lead. Beautiful recycling for Minnesota here. Russet holding it down.
Jammer fall, one hand down. Absolutely beautiful. I think that was the whole pack. Yeah.
All right. And Boo Boo calls it. Fun fact about Boo Boo. If you're looking to learn about the duck's reproductive system, Boo Boo is your girl. She will talk your ear off. So find her after the game and ask about how ducks do their thing.
I'm all set. I know enough about that. I don't need to know anymore.
No, I would love to know more.
We are hanging out. We got an OR happening, I believe. Detroit Roller Derby called an official review. What do you think they're saying out there?
Probably talking about how cute everybody is.
I want to review how good everybody is at roller derby today. Retained. Hey, have you ever heard of S1 pads and helmets?
I have not. Can you tell me more?
The S1 Lifer helmet is the best fit plus best protection, and it's made for roller derby. Get a lifer, be a lifer. Guess what? Do you like to not get hit in the face or protect your eyes? They have visors as well. Next level protection.
No slippage and super comfy. Slip into S1 Pro elbows.
Okay, there's some sort of inside joke going on with Detroit that all of us are left out of.
I'd like to know.
I'd like to know.
Detroit was challenging the lack of a cut on Minnesota's jammer during the apex. The initiating blocker went out of bounds. However, the jammer re-entered from out of bounds in front of 3 teammates. It is confirmed that a multi-teammate track cut did occur. Minnesota's jammer will be sent to the box. So that's going to be nice.
Oh, I called it.
Detroit reviewed a lack of a cut call on the Minnesota Jammer in turn 1. There was a hit out. The opposing blocker, the initiating blocker, did go out of bounds. However, you can only cut one of your own teammates.
Detroit will be starting on a power jam.
Power jam with RBG and Beef on O. Got a full 4 wall of Minnesota blockers who are really good at recycling. So let's hope they can do some work. Bam, bam.
Putting that recycling to use.
Ooh, 1 Minnesota blocker going to the box. So we only got 3 to deal with.
That is by feet.
Oh. Bam Bam going to the box for a high block penalty. We are going to have a jammer do-si-do, but we are about 26 seconds served with almost a full penalty that Bam Bam will have to sit.
And Minnesota's through.
Yeah.
Lead jammer going to Boo Boo.
You can just be sitting down for 30 seconds and stand up and run and go get lead. Love to
Like
see
it's
it.
easy. And through for 4 points.
Minnesota Jammer said, hey, I got a cut call, so now you need to cut this
Some
sleeve
very
down.
effective. Oh, on the outside from our 93 Lady Novocaine to get Boo Boo out within seconds.
Boo Boo background scoring against the Detroit blockers. Some really good lateral movement to keep Boo Boo behind the pack. Let's see how many 2 points scored for Minnesota on that last pass.
Very close game with only 3 points in between. We have Minnesota with 50, Detroit with 53.
Got 8.5 minutes left in this first half for our game. Minnesota B versus Detroit B. Full pack start. Oh, I jinxed it. Minnesota Jammer is out for a lead. That is number 14, Breezes. There has been a
Detroit.
star pass, it looks like, to Detroit pivot.
Looks like Stow has that star
Stow.
currently.
Wow, Stow.
And Stow is out.
We got a little slip from the Minnesota Jammer, but it's okay. There's gonna be plenty of time to make it up. Stow is going to the penalty box as a jammer, pivot turn jammer.
Detroit doing really well to hold Breezes back.
The Minnesota Wall has a goat in the back, trying to keep that pack nice and slow, but Detroit blockers up front are kind of having their way with Breezes and an intense defensive wall.
And Detroit's jammer Stow is back in.
Detroit D successfully canceled out that power jam. Wow.
Wow.
Breezes out. Work for those 4. Stow. Out. Okay, Breezes. 180
Wow.
apex jump.
Beautiful apex jump there.
Ooh, all 4 points on the 180 apex jump. Worth it.
16-point jam for Breezes.
Wow. We've got a timeout called by Detroit. Our score now 66-53 in favor of Minnesota. 6.5 minutes left to go in this first half. Definitely some derby going on today.
Zoe, hold the strings, tighten them up a little bit, and you can use your feet. No. And then on the strap, if you need it higher, there you go.
All right, rolling whistle will end our timeout. Back to the fun.
Ooh, we do have a lead change here. Minnesota has now taken the lead with 66. Detroit sitting at 53.
Looks like we got Slamwise Gamgee on the jam line for Detroit. And T-Rex for Minnesota. The refs thought that was mean, so RBG is going to go ahead and sit in the box for Detroit as a blocker.
Ooh, Slamwise out on that outside corner, just barely tiptoeing through.
On day tippy toes. So we got some strong D and excellent bridging by Detroit's blockers.
Minnesota doing a great job of running them back. Ooh, and out on the in. That was number 11, I believe, with that hit, Laura Almighty.
Yeah. 1530 for Detroit going to the box. That's eye catcher for an out-of-play block.
Laura Almighty doing an amazing job there. I saw a few good hits. We'll see if we have some fun facts about Laurel. Laurel started in 22 actually against Arch Nemesis. That is a fun fact. Right here at Queenie. Look at you
Here.
go.
It's like a little anniversary.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been the open. Cute. Oh yeah, derby's happening. Baker's dozen jamming against Wheelie Nelson. Wheelie Nelson for Minnesota.
Breakers dozen really showing their namesake by breaking apart that pack. And they are out as lead jammer.
Wheelie Nelson pushing up front and is able to escape the pack and engagement zone, coming around for their scoring trip. Breakers doesn't, unbothered, gets through for 4 points.
Looks like Minnesota will be starting without a pivot, but who needs them? Who needs them anyways?
Leave your hat on. We got Boo Boo
Late.
jamming for Detroit. Whoa. Boo
Minnesota-
Boo jamming for Minnesota. Bam Bam jamming for Detroit. Boo Boos and
Minnesota-
Bam Bams.
Oh my God.
Minnesota's showing no signs of being down one, holding it down
All the same. And an amazing head out there by 924. For Minnesota to get the lead jammer status. Detroit starting with 2 blockers in the box.
Guys, come on. Guys. Wow, Nightshade coming for a big hit, but Breezes out for
We'll
lead
see if
for
we can
Minnesota.
stop this jammer. No, and they are out.
Nightshade out, but also you don't got to be rude about it. That was a really nice 180.
Minnesota snagging a quick 4 points before calling it off, keeping Detroit at 0 for that jam.
We got Wheelie Nelson versus Slamwise Gamgee on the jam line.
Yes, Chef!
Looks like Detroit has Eye Catcher and Shiv for their 2 blockers currently.
Shiv, get your hat on. Put your hat on, Shiv. Okay.
And those 2 blockers are plenty for Detroit as they hold the jammer back.
Slamwise coming around to score against a full 4 wall of Minnesota. Ouch. Instead of points, we get a penalty. Ouch. And now we have a power jam for Wheelie Nelson and Minnesota roller derby.
Minnesota getting ran back about 40 feet, it looks like.
Wheelie Nelson not wondering, where's the beef? Detroit blockers holding it down.
I believe Detroit, has taken about 60 feet away from that Minnesota jammer, but they are out now.
Mean.
With Slamwise now ahead and heading into impact.
Hey, guess what? We are going for the full 2-minute jam. Slamwise able to push the Minnesota blockers out of play in the front. Wheelie Nelson still struggling with that strong defensive wall. Oh, no.
Minnesota with some effective recycling, sending Slamwise to the box for a track cut.
I think Slamwise is trusting that this wall of Detroit blockers is going to be okay.
Decided it was time for a nice little break, a little breather on this 2-minute jam.
Wow.
That'll do it. The score is currently 88 for Minnesota, 69 for Detroit, and there is nothing funny about that score.
Then why am I laughing?
Nice.
Okay.
Listen, I've said this before. You can't think of anything
at all, just period.
to review.
Oh.
However, stopping the clock when you are down is ideal. Giving yourself another 2 minutes to score points. Well, potentially. Assuming you get out, get lead, and then score 20 points, which is ideal.
Always ideal. All right. Looks like we'll be able to squeeze one more jam out of this 7 seconds left in the half. Minnesota starting on a power jam. Ooh, some beautiful offense, and they are out.
That's right. Celebrate. Get it, T-Rex. That was amazing. Beautiful offense by blockers. Blockers are important too, guys. Unfortunate timing. Slamwise is back on the track while Minnesota is losing the blocker to the box. Their pivot.
Slamwise heading into their first scoring pass. But not before Minnesota calls it off, and that is halftime.
The time is half. Bobbing and
Okay.
weaving. Let's get back to the roller derby. Okay, lots of movement from Minnesota there. They're quick.
And
Don't matter. Slamwise. Slamwise out for lead. For Detroit. Beef. To the box.
and
Oh,
Slamwise
Slamwise with another pass. 4
pushing
points.
through.
Very good. Minnesota Jammer took their hat off to be extra sneaky, get through the pack there on their initial trip.
Sneaky there.
Slamwise fighting against that strong Minnesota wall.
And the fight pays off. They're through for another 4 points.
Really respecting the track boundaries by not going out of bounds there on that pass. Very impressive. Shiv. Shiv to the box. Sit on down there.
Shiv, you weren't supposed to do that.
Feel shame. Breeze this out with 4 points.
Got some strong offense there from Detroit.
Oh, wow. This is going to be 14 points on the board for Detroit.
Ooh.
And 4 for Minnesota Roller Derby. Your score is 98 Minnesota, 85 Detroit. Got T-Rex jamming for Minnesota and Breakers dozen for Detroit.
T-Rex doing their best to break up that pack and make it through as lead jammer.
So fast.
Minnesota keeping that jammer down there. Breakers dozen blocked up. Oh no, it looks like we have a star pass for Detroit and they are out. That makes our new jammer Stow.
Wow.
I'm assuming inside no impact because there's nobody else around.
So smart. That'll be 3 points on that last jam for Minnesota Roller Derby, up to 101 points to Detroit's 85.
Got a pretty broken up pack here to start. Now we're squishing back. Okay.
These blockers just think they can go anywhere in that starting box there.
These blockers think they can just go anywhere, huh? Detroit's Bam Bam taking the lead here.
Detroit pivot going to the
Ooh,
box.
faking out a star pass. But we have Minnesota and Detroit doing a quick race, some jammer on jammer action. Oof. With Detroit making it out of the pack.
Just jammers be hitting each other out there. Bam Bam back around to score some more points. Another Detroit blocker going to the box. That was bad.
That was bad.
Bam Bam looking confident out on the track for good reason.
Really being, yeah.
Coming up on
Minnesota
16
doing.
points there.
I don't have anything to say. Minnesota's doing pretty amazing at holding Bam Bam back for the past, it looks like some 30 seconds nearly here. Great track coverage. But they are through on the out of that corner. Minnesota's jammers still battling that initial pack here, it looks like.
Shiv out there be shivin'.
Ooh.
It's ground beef.
Detroit with a very effective 18-point jam. They're closing the gap to, it looks like, 6 points.
Oh, we got ourselves a game.
Oh. Now we're cooking. Got breezes out of the pack like a breeze.
Detroit Jammer Nightshade struggling against that big strong Minnesota pack there. Says, I don't want to do this no more. Hands it off to the pivot. Your pivot is Stow.
Breeze is calling it off before Stow can get any points in. That's a good question. I think so.
Jam is on. Slamwise GMG out for lead.
Oh, no. Minnesota's jammer going to the penalty box. Oh, dear.
Okay, Slamwise with big pass there. 4 points on a power jam. With one Minnesota blocker with pivot stripe coming out of the box now.
Minnesota doing a great job of bringing Detroit's team back. But they're through. And Minnesota's jammer is out.
So sneaky.
So sneaky.
Go in stealth mode. Take your hat off.
Ouch.
Oh.
Looks like we've got another lead change. Detroit takes the lead by 1 single point with 112. Minnesota roller derby with 111.
Do you think there's time to make up that point before the end of the game?
You know, I don't think so. I think they're done here.
Just gonna have to watch and find out, see what happens.
You're gonna have to watch and find out.
Jam is on. Detroit has lead. I believe that is.
Minnesota doing some sneaky toe work to get past.
Breakers does it with a nice little hop on the apex there for 4 points and calls it off. T-Rex for Minnesota. Bam Bam for Detroit with the stars on.
Got a penalty there for 919. Number 7, doing amazing. Russet held it down for about 10 feet.
Ooh. Bam Bam around with another 4 points. T-Rex in the pack, working against those 3 Detroit blockers with 1 in the box. And T-Rex is out. Nice hit out by Shiv from Detroit. Bam Bam still fighting, able to successfully kill the penalty of beef. Oh no.
Oh no, looks like we have a power jam for Minnesota.
Power jam, Minnesota.
Detroit doing a great job at defending any offense, though they are still stuck in the pack. I believe that's number 80-20 there for Detroit.
Beef.
Nobody's getting past beef.
Robin of Knoxley, the pivot for Detroit, going to the box. That Minnesota jammer has passed the start of the pivot and has 3 blockers to deal with. And thank God for the whistle. As a pivot that takes the star, we love that whistle. End it all.
Yeah. Detroit will be starting without a pivot and no jammer. It's not usually how you like to start.
Apparently it's a penalty if you're wearing a helmet covered.
And we've got a timeout, Minnesota there.
Let's. If you're watching this feed or if you're in the building, I'm sure you've heard of S1 pads.
Can you tell us more about S1 pads?
The S1 Lifer helmet, best fit plus best protection, is made for roller derby. Get a lifer, be a lifer. Do you want a visor? They got visor. Nope. You want a different color? They got lots of colors.
Do you have knees? They have pads for those.
What other body parts can we cover?
You ever seen an elbow? I, for one, have 2, and I love them to be padded by S1 pads. No slippage and super comfy. Slip into S1 Pro elbows.
We have Wheelie Nelson on the line with a power start for Minnesota.
Breezes. And Breezes is your lead jammer.
It's 5.
What? Oh, my bad. Yeah.
There's a lot of air there.
I lied. It's Wheelie Nelson, not Breezes. And Wheelie calls it. Getting a quick 4 points in that jam. All right. I'd like to thank Marley on the Twitch stream for complimenting our accents.
What accent?
What accent? I don't know what you're talking about.
We got Nightshade for Detroit.
Ooh,
As,
beautiful hit there by Minnesota's
Yeah. Oh,
blocker there. I can't see their number, but they know what I'm talking about. And another beautiful hit. That's 5.56. I think with 2 hitouts in 10 seconds. Sweaty Malls. But Detroit is out and is your lead jammer.
Oh, yeah. One blocker for Minnesota. Can Nightshade just squeeze right by you?
Oh, let me squeeze right past you there. And they did.
Ooh. Oop, just let me scooch on by. Scoop. Oh, yeah. I think the skate went out.
Oh, no.
Detroit jammer going to the box for a penalty. A track cut.
Minnesota getting out there.
Oh, Breezes. With a power jam.
Breezes. Oh, sorry.
Breezes coming back around to deal with that 4 wall of Detroit blockers. Minnesota getting ready for the Detroit jammer
And
to come
that's-
back to the track.
Looks like. And almost through.
Yeah.
But getting a track cut on that one hop there. Now this Detroit jammer Nightshade is from lane 1 to 4 before you can even blink. They are shifty.
Wow, Minnesota defense. Slowing Nightshade down on that power jam. Detroit will have a power start. They're putting out Slamwise GMG. What are they gonna do?
I don't know. Looks like they might be playing some derby.
Oh, that would explain the skates. Power jam has started.
Minnesota is slamwise stuck against the corner. Ooh, that's by Fieri with a hard hit on the in. Running them back. Test, test. Whoop. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Oh, thank you there.
Honestly, would it be the worst thing if they couldn't hear us?
I was going to say the opposite. Stop. Nothing. I was going to say that it's not fair if you don't get to hear our beautiful accents. No point in watching if you can't hear us.
Yeah, nobody watches roller derby for the game.
Nobody's watching for that.
Looks like some roller derby is going to start back up again. If anybody's here to watch the game.
If you insist on watching the game. You got... Ooh. Bam Bam close to getting out here. But
Bam Bam
Minnesota-
jamming for Detroit. Almost got
Lightning
one blocker.
Thrash,
Yeah.
though, giving them a run for their money.
Minnesota jammer with the hat off,
But no, no pivot to save you. But they're on their way.
oh, multiplayer. Can't do that. MC Ninja. Got what he deserved. Bam Bam fighting in the back against that Minnesota wall.
Trying, but to no avail. This tripod has them covered. Nope, never mind. They're through. Spoke too soon. And a star pass for Minnesota, making your jammer sweaty malls.
Skating real fast. Those malls are going to get sweaty. Okay, we're getting a little closer. 144 to 130.
Quick 4 points separating our teams there. Looks like Nightshade on the jam line for Detroit. Breezes for Minnesota. And Nightshade is out.
Oot and a boot to score.
Oot and a boot. Open a star pass. Wait, no. A fake star pass. It is still Breezes.
Three points and a call off. Our score is 144, 143.
1 point. What is going on here?
Hot dogs down there.
Hot dogs down there?
You got that dog in you?
We need to finish this
dogs.
game so we can get a hot dog.
Somebody bring some hot dogs down here.
Oh. When you're-
T-Rex out for lead. Out with lead for Minnesota against Slamwise GMG. Taking the hat off for Detroit.
Oh, T-Rex nearly out, but then slipping a little and getting ran all the way back.
Stow.
Oh, wow.
Stow, your pivot turn jammer for Detroit. T-Rex doing well, going fast.
Whoop.
Despite having been extinct for a while.
Stow going up against Spy Fieri there, going up against Laura Almighty. Getting ran all the way back. Got a strong Detroit tripod up in the front, not being moved by offense at all.
Now, if you're looking for defense, look no further.
Then Detroit roller derby. Minnesota doing an amazing job at holding Stow back, though. T-Rex calls the jam with 8 points, bringing their lead to 9 points, making the score 152 to 143. Inching forward.
All right, here we go. Breakers, Dawson Jam for Detroit against Wheelie Nelson for Minnesota Roller Derby. Okay, remember what I said about defense earlier?
Some strong
There's more.
defense, yeah.
Absolutely amazing defense by
Shib
both
with
teams
that
here.
body coverage, not giving Wheelie Nelson an inch. And Breakers dozens out of the pack, making them lead jammer. Oh, and a star pass for Minnesota. Making Sweaty Malls their jammer. Call off. I think Sweaty Malls needs more track time as jammer. I want to say that name more.
I want fast, sweaty malls.
Who do we got here?
Breezes and Bam Bam.
Oh, Breezes and Bam Bam. And Breezes is through. They are your lead jammer.
Oh, sweet Breezes.
Bam Bam still, ooh, and a star pass here to Stow.
Attempted star pass by Detroit was incomplete. So we tried again. And now Stow is our jammer
Minnesota's
for Detroit.
9-2-4. That was Speed Rita with the hit out and run back.
Stow getting drawn back all the way by those Minnesota blockers. Doing a great job on defense there.
Minnesota's wall really has Stow stuck. While they score another 4 points. That's that number 7 with the hit and run back. Russet like the potato. And Stow is out on their first scoring pass.
30 more seconds to go.
Well,
No,
never
thank you.
mind.
That was a big jam for Minnesota. 12 points. Score is now 164 to 147.
And we've got a timeout for Detroit. Official review going into play here.
Did you get one?
Got a Minnesota jammer popping a squat on the jam line. While we got a quick minute again, we can shout out our Triad Sports and Family Chiropractor. If you play roller derby or know anyone who does, they are probably quite sore and probably can use some of these services. Dr. Jennifer McCleary Has many services that they provide, including top-notch sports chiropractic care, injury rehabilitation, acupuncture, nutrition consultation, and cutting-edge recovery modalities. Whether you're looking to recover from an injury, prevent one from happening, or simply optimize your performance, she has the expertise and experience you need.
We also want to thank 26 Fitness for keeping us fit, keeping us strong. If you're interested in going to this really nice, no ego, no judgment, a supportive community, go to CrossFit26.com.
.com. We could also give another shout out to Ray at Null Inc. for our awesome new merch designs. You can check out her work on Instagram at rayen.inc. That's RAEN.inc.
If you're curious to see those merch designs, why don't you just go on the website there? Check out Arch Rival. There's a merch store there. You can check it out, see what it is. Go get some for yourself.
Yeah.
Let's see what this official review was. Ogre. There was an official review where there was no review to be officially reviewed because the refs didn't see the play. Unfortunately, so no call will stand. Detroit will not retain their official review.
And we have Minnesota's T-Rex out of the pack as your lead jammer. Nightshade still fighting to get through. And Ward. Nightshade still fighting a very strong Minnesota wall here.
Oh, no.
And Russet getting a penalty.
Both teams have a blocker in the
Potato,
box.
no.
Oh, no.
Looks like both teams are starting one blacker down. Oh,
We got Wheelie Nelson on the line with a star for Minnesota and Slamwise Gamgee with a star for Detroit. Lots of action on the straightaway.
oh, Slamwise finding the in there and making it as your lead jammer.
Okay, let's get some points, Slamwise. Keep it close. Wheelie Nelson still fighting on initial trip.
Slamwise out. Detroit is just over 20 points down with about 2 minutes left.
Ouch.
Oh no.
Big hit by Slam. Oh, is that why they're called Slamwise? Because they slam in if you
Oh,
block.
I get it.
Oh, I get it.
It took me this long, but I get it now. Like
just had to see
slam, like a hit.
I'm a visual learner. I just had to see it.
I just am a visual learner.
Okay, timeout.
Looks like a timeout.
Oh, official timeout probably. Oh, Minnesota timeout.
Minnesota.
Your score is 172 for Minnesota and 154 for Detroit Roller Derby with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left to go in this game.
It is still anybody's game.
Oh, it's a good roller derby game. Real close. Oh, it's, oh, just a reminder, some of our other sponsors, Blueberry Hill Restaurant is a music venue, and they're really big fans of Arch Rival Roller Derby. Thanks, Blueberry Hill. Ruckzilla is a family-run business, and they make rugby bags with a focus on durability and style. Thanks, Ruckzilla.
we're back to some derby. Just over 2 minutes left in this game. Let's see what you do with it.
Breakers dozen it versus Breezes with the Stars. Lots of defensive work going on out there. Still barely past the, not past the pivot line at all. 20 seconds down.
Whatever Minnesota talked about on their timeout is showing to be effective as they hold that jammer back to make lead jammer for Breezes. Oh, that's 5.56 there. Nice. Holding it for about 10 seconds. Sweaty Malls.
I think we
But
might get a
beef
jam
is
here.
out. We got some beef and potato action with Russet running them back.
Me and potatoes. Breezes
Now that's
through
a
for
stew.
4. What did you say?
Just stew.
Now that's a stew. You know, I don't know.
Minnesota blockers really holding it down there.
It's almost like they've been doing this a while.
Have you guys been practicing? You look real good. Reese is going to fight it out, kill as much clock as possible. This game's almost over, and they're winning.
Ooh, not before Breezes scores another easy 4 points. Why is everybody whistling?
Detroit was given 1 second to call that timeout, and they squeezed it on in. We're going to have one more jam. Unless it's somehow less than 1 second jam, somebody gets the lead, calls it off, and then Minnesota stops it.
A lot can happen in 1 second.
Now hold on there just 1 second.
Just, I don't know. So, looks like Detroit's gonna need a 32-point jam. No, 22. I don't know math. You get it. 22-point jam in order to potentially take a lead here.
We did see a 26-point jam yesterday.
I can't count that
I
high.
don't remember. You can't count that high?
No.
Oh, no. That's too many
no.
numbers.
That's too many numbers.
A non-insurmountable
Single digits
differential.
for me, baby. Single digits for me. All right, this will be the last jam of the game.
And that looks like Bam Bam
Looks
for
like-
Detroit with the star. And lead.
Bam Bam's gonna make this jam count. They are your lead jammer.
Detroit blockers.
That was, by Fieri with some wonderful offense for their jammer.
Okay, Bam Bam with 4.
T-Rex trying their best to get those 4 points. Ooh, wonderful hit there from 93.
Looked pretty cool, though.
Lady Novocaine, you're gonna need some Novocaine after that hit. Oh no.
Oh.
Minnesota's jammer T-Rex is in the box.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.
Oh gosh.
And a blocker coming, a pivot coming to the box.
Oh dear, that's
Two
too many in the
blockers.
box. You guys are supposed to be on the track.
That's a full pack there. Oh, boy.
Bam Bam's gonna see what they can do at this last minute. Let's see it by Ferry. All right. What? Oh, no, never
another
mind.
block
All
in the
wrong.
box.
All wrong.
One blocker for Minnesota on the track. We have a 10-point game with potential pocket points for Minnesota.
Some strong hits there from Laurel Mighty.
Okay,
This
Laurel
is a tight
Mighty.
game. We got 20 seconds left. Minnesota making it through for 4 more points.
Oh wow, as this jam comes down to a close. What an amazing game. And it looks like Minnesota is going to hold out for the win with 186 to 172. Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh, that was a good one.
Way too many numbers.
It's really good. Everybody played really well. Good job. Holy crap. Oh crap.
Oh dear.
Oh crap. I'm going to rewatch this one. It's a good game.